Hello from EPCOT, and thanks for tuning in to another Laughing Place Walk and Talk. I am Kyle here at home and in the field at EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival 2025. We have Luke. Hi, Luke.
Hello, how's it going?
It's good. I mean, you got into position right at the last second. It was fantastic.
I sure did. I timed it perfectly. I was here, ready for it to go. You would never, in fact, no one would have ever known unless you brought it up.
Well, that's what's fun. So yes, we are live. So be sure to comment and let us know you're viewing. It looks like you still have some raindrops there, Luke, huh?
Very small raindrops at the moment, fortunately.
Okay.
It was coming down pretty strong earlier, but right now it's barely noticeable.
And this is new this year. This is the Moana display right here at the front of Epcot. And I don't know if they're on or not, because I would think it's overcast enough to be able to see some of the lighting effects they have on Moana's
Yeah,
paddle and on
I, ha-
Maui's
I haven't
hooks.
I haven't looked too closely yet, but I haven't seen them on.
Yeah, I don't know
Um,
if they just go from time to time or how that works. Jeremiah got some video in the daytime yesterday and I could see it. So
this is also the closest I've been able to get to it
true.
so far today because it's been pretty popular. I mean, this spot is always a big photo spot, but with these really cool topiaries, it seems to be even more popular than normal.
Yeah, and it's nice. I mean, some of them have other scenes set, but I like what they did here in terms of kind of creating a whole scene instead of
Yeah,
just the topiaries.
yeah, absolutely.
But anyway,
And
we're going to
it's
go take a
the
stroll around and see what else the festival has to offer. And if you want spoilers, you can also check out laughingplace.com. Luke's got photos of the Communicore Hall display that they changed out and has been pick photos of all the merchandise. We've been posting about the topiaries for a few weeks now as they've been installed, so you can check out all of those. But yeah, we're gonna take a look around. I also noticed I saw that you've been eating some items, including one of my favorite items, although I think it's a little bit different than when I had it, and that is the mascarpone cheesecake, the honey
yes,
cheesecake.
yes, we'll probably end up swinging by there, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. So we'll show a picture of it, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if the well, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, right now we're gonna head under the wind tunnel known as
Oh,
Spaceship Earth.
oh, it's even worse when it's raining.
Even worse when it's raining. And I saw that there's a fire weather alert for the Orlando area, which would mean
Very,
that it's windy and dry. Well, although that's
very
what's weird is that usually that means it's dry and it's raining, but gotta be
Station Earth
windy.
is currently closed. Looks like it's just a temporary closure, but it's been down for at least 30 minutes now that I've seen.
Hmm, that's unfortunate. That'd be a
Yeah,
nice escape from the rain for many people. I'm sure they would
right.
have a long line if it were open.
I think we should play a game of how many other people can we spot streaming while we're streaming because it's already at one.
Probably pretty high. I know you had a media event earlier in the day, and one of your photos I
Yes,
spotted Lou Mangello. So if he is
yes,
still in the park, he is almost 100% streaming. So
yes. Now I don't know if I've mentioned this to you, Kyle, but I love the new pop music. The music loop that debuted when World Celebration opened a little over a year ago, and it's just so peaceful, so nice, so um, epic, for want of a better word.
yeah, I haven't listened to it all, and I haven't been to Epcot since it debuted. But Epcot's always had some of the best music, so it's good to hear that they didn't mess it up when it came to
Yes.
creating a new loop.
No, it absolutely continued on as into the future of Epcot, shall we say, or the present of Epcot. So we'll take a walk down here into World
The birth of
Celebration
Figment.
Gardens. Yes, so we can see my personal favorite topiary.
Sounds very yeah, it sounds very epic and ethereal as you
Yeah,
approach.
I think epic and ethereal are the right words. And as you go around the park, there's different variations of it. So there's one area where it sounds a little bit more string heavy, one where it's a little more orchestral. It just
Oh,
kind
this
of
is the
depends what you want.
eighth wonder of the world. The
The
backside of
backside of
Figment.
Figment. And it is the 30th anniversary of Flower and Garden. So maybe not all of the puppies, but a good deal of them have this little um, garden pick, giant garden pick, mentioning the 30th anniversary.
Nice. I have gone on record as saying, although I haven't visited the Festival of the Arts, which I know is a favorite, Flower and Garden's my personal favorite because it's just so beautiful and colorful and fun. And then they still have a bunch of great food, so you don't have to go for food and
Yeah,
wine to get food.
honestly, yeah, I think when you combine the vibes and the food, I think it's probably the best.
And especially since they've expanded what was Flower Power, where you had very 60s bands, which would be up my alley, but
Hmm.
expanding it to Garden Rocks and kind of just making it another series that can have any artist, I think is also cool. Again, puts it right on par with Food and Wine, except that there's pretty flowers.
Yes.
Like
Now,
Epcot already has international food, so I don't think the international theming really does much for me during Food and Wine.
yeah, and there's not really much additional theming, to be honest, during Food and Wine. Now, I just wanted to note the large
Wow.
line over here that has been persistent all day. This is actually shorter than it has been
Mhm.
for merchandise.
Well, you can buy a lot of the merchandise right now on DisneyStore.com. And I know that I'm known for being an orange bird hater, and he is featured on much of this. But I will say, if the Spirit jersey weren't $80, I would consider buying it because I actually do really like it. I like a lot of the stuff, and I love these. This is a cool touch. They actually made flower and garden trash cans. There's ones with Spike and orange bird, and this cool pattern. I only
Yeah,
wish that
there,
they would have made more of a reference to this also being a table. I think that would have been hilarious.
yeah, there are only two of them, and they're right out here in front of the line for Creation Shop.
Right across from other trash cans, as if they're like, don't actually use these, just look at them.
these these are decorative. I,
Yeah,
I, I would almost find it funny if you went to push it. I'm gonna try.
yeah, maybe it's
It
push.
it is an actual trash can.
Wow. Hi,
Yeah.
Sonia. Thanks for tuning in. And once again, we are live. So be sure if you have any requests or questions or whatever else, we're here.
This one on top has a flower-shaped Epcot, or a spaceship Earth rather. I hate that I
Spaceship
just
Earth
did
with oranges and flowers.
that. Yeah, very very cute. Oh, I was gonna start walking that way, but I just thought of something this way.
Okay. This is also new to me. I've been in Creation Shop, but this is the first time I've actually been able to picture where everything is.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, Creation Shop uses the old building at Mouse Gear, so you can, kind of put two and two together with that. But yeah, the central garden area is obviously where the Fountain of Nations was,
Yeah.
and then you have Communicore Hall and Journey of
Okay.
Water over that way.
Okay. See, this is actually, I can't believe I haven't put this together before. Because, yeah, obviously I've seen photos of these areas, but they're not really in context. So, as someone who hasn't been there in a very long time, it's kind of hard to picture, you know?
Yeah. Now, a good tip for those of you looking for flower and garden merchandise, and if you're coming within the next couple of days while we're still really busy, we do have a lot of the merchandise at various kiosks around World Showcase, and also over here. So we can show off some of the merchandise, a little sneak peek without having to wait in line.
So smart.
So over here, we have a lot of the Alice in Wonderland collection.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was looking on Disney Store, I saw the Alice stuff, and I was like, "That's weird that they threw this in with the Flower and Garden," and then realized that it also was Flower and Garden.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I've seen them use or at least in recent years, seen them use Alice in Wonderland as a theme. So I think that's a nice change. And then there's also quite a bit of Spike the Bee merchandise too. This
Of
funny
course.
shirt.
Buzzing
And then
around.
there's a kid shirt as well. You got your usual trash cans, little salt and pepper shakers.
That's why they made the actual trash cans, is so they could sell more salt and pepper shaker
Yeah, exactly.
sets.
And then there's also a pair of ears.
Yep, those are on Disney Store. We
See, I'm
should
glad
compare
you're paying.
prices at some point, but then I'd have to pull up the.
I'm glad you're paying attention to this because I can't pay attention to the Disney store and here.
Yeah, neither can I. So I just pay attention to Disney Store.
So over here we've got the main characters: your Chip and Dale, Minnie, Pluto, and Mickey,
It's funny
with
to
nice
see
photo op.
it. Yeah, it's funny to see Chip and Dale in scale because when you meet them in the parks, obviously they're all the same size.
Yeah, and it's part of that little the spikes exploration
Yeah,
formation thing. But this is one of the hidden spikes that you find in the scavenger hunt.
I thought about having you do that today, and then I realized that it'll probably just make another stream with Jeremiah later during the festival. So we'll save that for
Yeah,
another time. Be sure to like this video if you want to see that happen.
let Jeremiah have some fun too. And then
He
on the
had plenty
other,
of fun. He was at 90s night last night.
that is true. I'm on the other side of the pathway here are trees, and also your flower and garden merchandise, the
There you
orange bird
go.
stuff. So it looks like it's a nice soft bottom half, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
that's what looked cool. Yeah, it looks like a different fabric. I think it's like $80 online. It's probably about the same price here. So I mean, it's not cheap, but if it was on sale for like 50, I'd probably buy it.
There's a very colorful pair of mouse ears. I like these. And then this is fun too. This shirt, full
Yep.
orange bird, up and
And they got
down.
is that the one that has the matching shorts?
Yes, there are said matching shorts. The little 30th anniversary tag on it.
Well, it's your 30th anniversary too, isn't
That is true. I mean, technically, mine was last year, but we'll go with it. I'm going to attempt to scoot out. Excuse me. Got a little crowded there, real quick. But we got some more stuff on this side too. A T-shirt,
Feeling happy.
little ornament. Um, can't quite think of the type of hat this is. Like a garden hat, I guess.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. And then there's the Orangebird lug bag. I believe this has been out already, but there, kind of fits in with everything. And I like this tumbler, this corksicle tumbler.
Yeah.
I enjoy myself a corksicle, so this one might be coming home with me.
One of the few things you and Tony have in common.
And then right across over here, making their grand return after a few years, Phineas and Ferb.
I remember where I was when I first realized that their heads were shaped like the letter P and the letter F. It was quite the revelation.
They're back because so is their show.
Yeah, new
Coming
episodes
back at some
this
point,
summer,
yeah.
right?
I think so. Summer sounds right. And then this is always one of the prettiest views during Flower and Garden.
Yeah, especially I can't tell you how many shots I have looking across from the other side and then waiting for the monorail to go by and getting that shot.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
those people are excited.
It's the ideal spot to take a photo here. All right. We got something over here to see, but we'll stop by that on the way back around. We're gonna head over here to the spot where Kyle gets confused.
I do get confused.
So now, now essentially we're where like the old club pool was.
Yeah, the Starbucks, more importantly.
Yes, yes. So this is the like open air area where they have the Celebration and Encanto show.
It's where they play Ice Ice Baby.
Yes, yeah. Right now it's like Latin music, and then the Encanto show will play, and you'll hear that. But then as night falls, it does turn to a DJ fest.
What did you think of the Communicore Hall experience? Like, I hated on it pretty hard. It was our turkey of the year with the first couple of things they did in there. Then the Broadway one looked like it was a major step up. Actually used it as like a mini museum. This one looked like it had some stuff. How did it feel? Did it still feel empty
Yeah.
or worthwhile?
So
Or
it didn't feel as full as
the Broadway?
the Broadway one did, but I still feel like it was worth your time going through at least. And this one's nicer too because the Broadway one was one way in, one way out. So you had to enter on the other side over by the land. This one you can go in on either way, so it makes it a little bit easier to get in, which we will now do.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a quick look around, but if you want to see more detailed, we do have a full video up on our YouTube channel that Luke shot this morning.
Yes.
He also pans slow enough so you can read the entire signs of the almanac.
That was the plan.
I used the full takes.
Can you hear me, Kyle?
Yeah, you're a little choppy, but not too bad. I'm guessing you can't hear me because you didn't say anything, but we can still see you just fine. But yeah, we can either walk through or head out either way. Bear with us as we sort out these technical difficulties. Kind of sounds like we're scuba diving, which is always fun. I'm gonna mute Luke for a second, and I will just talk over him, and then he'll be confused eventually. Can you hear me now? Oh, now he muted himself, and then... Just proves that we're live, and that these things happen. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
I can, yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. So my my apparently fully charged AirPods died.
Okay.
So they are charging right now, but so we'll have to do this old school for now. I apologize.
Sounds good.
I apologize for the delay there.
Oh, it's okay. You'll have to come hear the scuba sounds later.
But yeah, so I don't know how well you can hear it, but there is some really nice,
kind of like folky, like living with the land style music.
Yeah, right now it's a like very nice version of Rainbow Connection. Very nice. And then yeah, over here is the kind of the story of the festival almanac. So it tells you a little bit about Spike the Bee and how the festival started in 1994. There's a whole thing here on the purple martins, which call Epcot home at this time of the year.
Yes, they do. Yeah, if you ever see those jug things on the poles and wonder what they are, it's purple martin habitats.
Yeah. I really like this artwork here.
Yeah, that looks cool. It is a little choppy, Luke, so we don't need to spend too much time in here.
Okay, yeah. We'll head on out. Let's pass the Spike the Bee
as seen in our
topiary
thumbnail.
display of flowers. Yeah, very cool.
So yeah, it doesn't
All
look
right, and then
nearly
you can
as
head out
bad as
here on
it
the other
did.
side. Yeah, no, it is definitely much better than it was during like Festival of the Holidays. It feels transformed. It feels like something specific to Flower and Garden. Just maybe not quite as in depth um, as the Broadway experience was.
Yeah, and also not nearly as in depth as the previous festival center, where you could see the extinct DCA attraction Seasons of the Vine, among other things.
Now, I swear that when I was here last week, there was a topiary here. We'll have to go back in our photos and check, but I swear like Woody and Bo Peep were over here. They are over there now, but I feel like they were here.
No worries, Fred Ramirez. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. You missed our scuba dive as Luke put his AirPods away. But yes, we are live at Flower and Garden, so if you have any questions or comments or requests, there's Asha with Star.
Yeah, this was one of the new topiaries last year, so it had the prominent display at the front of the park last year, but this year it's over by the land.
Now, how many people do you think have seen that topiary compared to a number of people that have seen the movie?
I think more have seen the topiary.
I think that's probably a good bet.
Seems,
It's not a bad movie. You know, actually seeing commercials for it, like for some reason, like Pluto TV and Plex play Disney Plus ads for shows that are like a bit older. So they're playing Wish ones. And hearing the song, I'm like, you know what? I kind of dig this song now. Like it's that knowing what I know now.
Yeah, the songs are okay. They're not the best, but they're definitely enjoyable.
I'd say it opened at the wrong time, but the whole point was that it was the 100th anniversary one, so it kind of had to open at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah. But anyway.
So this is also another site that I very much enjoy. The little flower beds that float in the water with the garden right here and then those up there. Very enjoyable.
Yeah. This is why I enjoy this festival a lot.
Shall we take a walk into the butterfly landing?
We can try, sure.
We'll see what happens.
If a butterfly lands on your gimbal, it'll be fantastic. The morning show, unfortunately, so Doobie was busy, and Luke would be my co-host, except that Luke was at EPCOT. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Maybe one day I'll be forced to do a solo morning show, but I'm not looking forward to that. So
I would like to see it.
It would be very short, I'm sure. But we should be back tomorrow. I don't foresee any issues. But you never know.
Right between the land and imagination is this butterfly garden. So there's lots of beautiful flowers, trees. There's some exhibits and information about butterflies. And then if you're lucky, you might spot some too.
They should have an octopus's garden at the seas.
Oh, that would be fun. I don't think they have anything over by the seas usually. There are some resting right over here. Very pleasant. I feel like I'm in my local Home Depot.
I mean, we have a butterfly house in our city, not too far from us, at one of the parks. So it feels like I'm there.
Yeah. How would you know the difference?
Butterfly in the sky.
Excuse me.
I can go twice as high.
All right, that's the butterfly landing.
If a butterfly landed on your hand, would you be excited or freaked out?
I honestly don't know the answer to that question.
Because Because like they're cute and cool, but at the same time they are still bugs, and it's weird.
Yeah, I think I would be concerned more than anything, but all right. Shall we head towards World Showcase? Is that the idea?
That's a good idea. I will take a look, Fred, and I'll try to find some This Day in Disney histories and try to quiz Luke as he walks around Epcot.
Yeah, we can have our partial morning show in the
The morning
afternoon.
show, but later.
And over here are the Toy Story topiaries.
Did nobody realize the ABCs? Did nobody realize the
I'm trying to see what nobody realized, but I didn't hear.
The ABCs.
Oh, okay.
Because there are blocks there that spell out ABC.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Oh, simple as do, re, mi. And then over here, as we get closer towards Communicore Hall again, we have a impressive setup of the Lion King, which has a nice backdrop of the land and the water behind it.
You know,
Very
did you know
nice.
the big one's not the one?
And then over here we have another new thing. Well, actually, two more new things for this year.
Oh, interestingly. Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
On this day in 1983, an attraction at Epcot officially opened.
Journey into Imagination.
Journey into Imagination is correct, yes.
Give me just 1 second. Sorry, we are not the most. Well, I am not the most professional, apparently.
Jeremiah makes it look easy, doesn't he?
He does. When you gotta like start charging things and make sure your phone doesn't die. Yeah. But yeah, over here we have the Inside Out Emotion Garden, which has different gardens, different potted plants for each of the emotions from Inside Out. So there's joy over here. There's kind of the central thing in the middle. Then each color corresponds to the emotion. So there's blue for sadness. Over here we have purple, which is, why can I not remember who purple is?
Fear.
Fear, yes. Red for anger. And then the new emotions from Inside Out 2 are across the way with this beautiful backdrop of the Imagination Pavilion. So we've got
Which opened on this day in 1983.
Yes. Well, maybe I'll have to ride that as its birthday.
And on this day in 1995, The Santa Claus won the People's Choice Award for favorite comedy. Did nothing better come out in 1994? Like, didn't Clueless come out in 94? Like, what are we doing?
What was the movie?
The Santa Claus.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not my favorite Christmas movie, shall we say?
On this day in 2004, a Touchstone picture starring a horse or about a horse was released. Any idea what that?
Secretariat, maybe?
No, before that.
Seabiscuit?
2004. Nope. I don't even know if that one's Disney.
I have no idea.
This is Hidalgo.
Oh, never heard of it. So, there's two new booths this year, and they are very well named. It is Yacht Grub and Beach Grub, themed to the Yacht and Beach Club just down the street, which is one of my absolute favorite names for a
Yeah.
booth. They did a good job. That's right up there with Brunch Cop for me.
On this day in 2010, a movie was released. It was released in March, but had an impressive, I think it made 100 million in its opening weekend and was, I think at the time at least, the highest grossing March release of all time.
Tangled? You say 2010?
2010. No, Tangled came out at in November. I'll give you a hint. We kind of talked about this movie earlier.
Inside Out?
Fred got it. No.
I did not see the screen. What was it?
Oh, I didn't put it up yet, but Fred got it right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm lost on this one.
It is the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. This is also brand new today. It just opened a new play area called Play Along Bay, which is themed after Storm Along Bay, which is the giant popular pool over at Yon Beach Club.
Yeah.
Which is conveniently right here next to Yacht Grub and Beach Grub.
You won't believe this one, but in 2014, on this day in Disney history, the 21st Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival began.
Oh,
wow. In some sad news, not news, on a sad note, in this day in 2012, Robert Sherman passed away.
Ah. That is
and then, of course, his brother lived for several more years, but then passed away last year. Or was it 2 years ago now?
I think it was last year.
Okay.
Because he was in the in memoriam on the Oscars. That's what reminded me.
Gotcha.
Over here, we have one of my favorite food booths for the festival. It's the Honey Bistro.
Yes, I agree.
So I had, this is, a returning stalwart. It comes back year after year. But I had the chicken and waffle. And I also very much enjoyed the honey glazed cauliflower. I haven't had that so far today. But it's an enjoyable one. You'll find that right over here in its own little garden area.
But yeah, that cheese, I'm not usually a fan of cheesecake. After a couple of bites, the like tang of the cream cheese catches up with me and I don't enjoy it. But I found out that if you use mascarpone cheese instead of cream cheese, then I enjoy it much more. So I discovered that at the Flower and Garden Festival, and I don't know if the nitro aspect was a part of it when I had it, but it seems like a similar thing, but now it's probably got like a different consistency, right?
Yeah, so the liquid nitro honey mascarpone cheesecake is actually across the street from the Honey Bistro over here.
Okay. It used to be at the Honey Bistro.
Yeah, it used to be at the Honey Bistro, but it makes sense. I think they have a better setup here to do that because it comes out in that kind of like frozen way that something the liquid nitrogen does, and it's really impressive. It is delicious. It is very sweet, and I could not finish it. Like as much as I tried, absolutely not something I could easily finish.
Not necessarily. Like I guess.
Got some more this day in Disney history. This is an interesting thing. I'm not going to make you guess this, but on this day in 2018, Star Wars Path of the Jedi closed at Disneyland Paris. And then on this day in 2019, Star Wars Path of the Jedi reopened at Disneyland.
Oh, interesting. I completely forgot about Path of the Jedi. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. On this day in 2018, King Triton's Carousel of the Sea, which I didn't realize that was the full name, closed at California Adventure.
Oh, wow. What year was that? 2018?
18.
Okay.
As it transitioned to Pixar Pier and would open as Jesse's Critter Carousel.
Yes, with its uncomfortable seats.
Yeah. And then finally, Luke, on this day in 2021, a movie was released in theaters and on Disney Plus.
2021?
For a fee.
Luca?
No.
Turning Red?
It's not a Pixar movie. I'll give you that hint.
Is it an animated movie?
It is an animated movie, yeah. I don't remember if this was... Dragon? It is Raya and the Last Dragon. Okay. So Mulan was the first premiere access. I think this was one of the... I mean, it's got to be up there. I don't remember how many movies they ended up doing it for. I guess...
I also forgot that was a term that they used.
Which was really confusing because they had premiere access at Disneyland Paris as their paid Fast Pass. Yep, yes. Fred got that one correct as well. Nice work.
Now, I might not be able to hear you as we pass by this band here in Canada.
They're playing Len.
Over here we have the Peter Pan, Captain Hook, and then across the way, the TikTok Croc.
I had to text Tony and tell them that they were playing Steal My Sunshine on the Canada stage.
Each Joffrey's booth around Epcot has a special drink for the festival, and they all sound pretty good. This is the one for the one here by Canada.
Ooh, nice.
I tried, there's a mango one on the other side of World Showcase, which I tried, and it was actually pretty good. And then, as we mentioned, you can also get some of the Flower and Garden merchandise around World Showcase. And we got the Alice in Wonderland stuff right over here by the UK.
You know, Joffrey's is really having a week when it comes to fruit coffee beverages, because that one we just saw was strawberry. You had a mango, and then they also just debuted a new Snow White themed coffee that you can get in whole bean or ground. That's an apple spice flavor.
Yeah, and there's also one over by America, I think, it's a raspberry one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about fruit in my coffee, but that's probably because I don't like fruit that much. But I will say that Starbucks, that apple crisp latte that they have around the holidays is delicious. But I don't know about mango or strawberry or raspberry.
Yeah, interesting flavors for sure. And we've got our friends from the 100 Acre Wood right here in front of the High Street store in the United Kingdom.
Thank you for correctly not pluralizing that.
What did I do?
You said correct. You said 100 Acre Wood, not 100 Acre Woods.
Yes. That's because I know my stuff. One blustery day in the 100 Acre Wood, a little bear named Winnie the Pooh set off in search of honey.
Oh, yeah. It was really... it's been really windy today, so of course I just have that little gopher stuck in my head.
First the wind, now this.
Help!
And then over here we've got a wonderful little Tinkerbell display with some of her, some of the like little tiny homes of Pixie Hollow with Tinkerbell herself. She's a lot bigger than her house though, so that's kind of interesting.
Remember when we went viral for that video on Disney Pixie Hollow?
the one on our old website, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's quite the throwback there.
Sure, it's in like 360p.
Oh, absolutely. 480 if you're lucky. We're making our way.
Oh, I missed that one, but the last episode of Star Wars Rebels aired on Disney XD on this day.
Oh, wow. That's got to be, what, like 5-6 years ago at this point?
Yeah, something like that.
As you go around World Showcase, there's a lot of banners for the Flower and Garden Festival, all noting that it's 30 years and growing.
You're like, I'm already here. You don't need to sell me.
We're celebrating.
But I'm already here. I'm sure I've asked you this before, but what's your favorite Epcot World Showcase pavilion?
I think my favorite, probably like vibes-wise, is Mexico.
Okay.
I think that's my favorite vibe, but I don't really know what my overall favorite is. Maybe Japan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Japan's usually my go-to in terms of like non-rides, because I think that kind of skews it towards Mexico and Norway and now France. But
yeah,
in terms of just like a basic pavilion, for lack of a better term, I think Japan. I love that museum. That's fun to hang out in. The store is always cool to walk through. Great dining options.
So the food booth here in France is always one of the most popular. It is always has a huge line.
People like French.
Yeah. Now I'm not seeing the Remy topiary this year, unless they've moved it further back into the Ratatouille area.
See,
But
so
they're-
once again this year, I think that the face on Cogsworth looks more like the Grinch or some sort of
Yes.
yeah, Dr. Seuss character.
Yeah, that looks very, very, very the Grinch. And then set up really quite beautifully here in the central entryway into Paris and up towards the Beauty and the Beast sing-along during the day, Impressions de France at night. You have Belle and the Beast. So really, really beautiful Tokyo.
Very nice.
And we'll continue onward. The rain has gone away and the crowds have come out to play here in World Showcase.
They all are.
And then the area between France and Morocco has kind of turned into a pseudo Brazil pavilion because they always have something that kind of has that vibe. It's an Encanto themed booth during like Brazil, Colombia type area. So it's an Encanto themed booth during Festival of the Arts, and they even play Encanto music in the area.
Nice. Even though doesn't take place in Brazil.
No, it takes place in Colombia, right?
Yeah.
I realized that as I was
But
saying.
South America.
Yeah.
Same.
And then right next to it is two of my favorite topiaries.
Oh yeah, these are fun. Heidi ho here. Fred wants to know if we're looking forward to Snow White. How about you, Luke?
I don't know if looking forward to is the right term.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I might see it, but I am not 100% sold on it yet.
Unless something... There'd have to be a special circumstance why I would go see it in theaters, but otherwise, maybe I'd watch it on Disney+. But I'm honestly not a big live-action remake fan. I've only seen a handful of them. There's so many that I haven't even bothered. I've heard the Aladdin one's good. Becca liked Aladdin. I haven't seen that. Cruella was okay, which I'd say is kind of a little bit different than it's a live-action remake, but a little different.
There's a lot that I haven't seen, and those include all of the ones you mentioned. Haven't seen Aladdin, haven't seen Cruella.
I remember, like, when I saw Alice, speaking of this day Disney history, I don't know. It was one of those where I was just like, that was okay. And then I think enjoyed it more as I thought back on it. But even then, like, it wasn't enough to be like, yeah, I hope that they remake every Disney movie in live action.
I need them all. Including
ones that feel like movies that just came out.
Gotta catch them all.
Hey, it is. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Not although I made the same joke yesterday. I was going to say it's Ash Wednesday, so it's appropriate for Ash Ketchum.
We got some dolls here, and then also some plants that you can actually purchase. Seem to be popular right now, so we'll go past it, but that is there. Now, over here in Japan, there is a dragon topiary, which I believe in years past used to be up along the water. But it seems as if they've moved it a little bit closer towards the building this year, which I actually kind of like.
Yeah, it looks
quite
nice.
imposing from here.
They have like a little bonsai garden too, right? Or
Yeah,
something.
so there's this over here.
Yes, it's peaceful.
And then there might be more further around, but I'm not sure.
Someone's got to go to the airport.
You know, that's just kind of part of the game here, isn't it? You fly in, you fly out. Unless you're me, you drive in, you drive out. Now, as we approach America, this is where so it used to be Flower Power, right? Now it's
Yeah.
Garden Rocks.
Correct. Yeah, at the American Garden Theater.
Yes. So the first of those is happening tonight, and that is the I don't know. We'll find out.
I was gonna say we're gonna find out. I'm sure I could look it up, but I mean you're feet away, so we will find out in due time.
I am feet away.
And then I'll tell you if I know any of their songs.
Tonight it is Evolution Motown.
The answer is no. Not even sure it's a real band.
It might be a tribute band. That kind of seems right.
I think that guy was wearing a Mr. Tom Morrow Roosevelt shirt.
Oh, fun. As in paging?
Yeah. Sorry, I got the name wrong.
So over here, there's more plants you can get. Some fun little handmade jewelry made from natural materials such as bamboo, cantaloupe seeds, flower petals, amaranth, coffee beans, sesame seeds, quinoa, and more.
I want coffee bean jewelry if it smells like coffee. Wouldn't it be cool to just like sniff your jewelry and then maybe get like a little like caffeine hit?
Part of me wanted to go up and sniff all the jewelry, but then I decided against it. And then
I don't know if they still have it, but this restaurant over here used to have, or maybe it still does. Again, I don't know. This like slider that had like a bunch of delicious items piled high on it.
Now, have you been there since it became Regal Eagle?
I meant the kiosk over here, not actually
gotcha.
Yeah, I said restaurant. I meant kiosk.
So first, I'll mention the Tiana Topiary, which is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Very well done. But yes, we'll see what they have. Oh, they did have one thing here that I was interested in trying, and that is a Bananas Foster bread pudding.
Oh, nice. Doesn't sound American, but sure.
It sounds heavy and high in.
Okay, so this is with Tiana. It's all New Orleans inspired food. The muffaletta,
yeah,
gumbo.
Makes a lot of sense. Get a muffaletta too.
Mm-hmm. What are those ears that I've seen people? Almost looks like the Noid.
Oh, I am seeing those.
Because I've seen a few people now wearing these. I
can't see the front, but I think it might be Spike the Bee.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, it can't be Oswald. That's not quite right.
Are you a fan of the American Adventure?
The show itself, yes.
Yes. I enjoyed.
That was just a little knock at Jeremiah. He always goes to see Voices of Liberty. Yes. So I'm just joking. But yes, I do enjoy the show.
I am a rare person that probably would go in there more so to see the American Adventure versus the Voices of Liberty. And the Voices of Liberty are actually playing right now.
If you can believe it.
But I'm not Jeremiah, so we're gonna do different stuff.
No. We're gonna finish this loop and call it a day. So we got things to do. We gotta keep motoring.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want to finish the World Showcase loop.
I think we should. Yeah, we got about 50 minutes. I think we'll be pretty close to an hour by the time we finish that up.
Yeah. Make it around, see what other fun topiaries we can find.
So is Regal Eagle one of your favorites in the
It
park?
is. Yeah, I really like Regal Eagle. It's a go-to for me.
Yeah.
Over here we have another one of the fruit specialty drinks from Joffrey's.
Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad loves berries and cream.
I actually kind of want to try this one. I like
Are you
raspberries.
familiar
so
with the Starburst commercial of which I'm referencing?
I was made fun of with that song
Oh,
grossly as a kid
I'm sorry.
because people, because I'm English,
Yeah,
and so people would associate that with me for some reason. So yes, that I was not a fan of that commercial growing up.
I'm sorry.
Kyle, would you believe it? I just walked by someone else with a Paging Mr. Morrow Roosevelt shirt.
Wow, maybe it was the same guy who moved further down the way.
Well, yeah, maybe. Over in Italy, the tower is all tarped up.
Well, if Tony were here, he would let you have it. But the name was Walt's idea. I don't know if I'd say that the park was Walt's idea.
If what was Walt's idea?
EPCOT.
That is true, yes. I mean, the park here. Was that a comment?
Yeah, so Fred says, wasn't this park Walt Disney's idea? And I pushed back on the idea that the park was Walt's idea, but the name was.
Yeah. The general foundational idea behind it was his idea to a degree.
Yeah.
Now, the delightful little model train village over here gets all decked out for every festival. Typically in the town square area, they add like little tiny banners for Flower and Garden or for Festival of the Arts. And they have done the same. It's a lot of people over there, but it has been done. Over here by the boat dock that is never open because they never use this side for some reason. We have Snow White with Dopey, and then the other 6 dwarfs over here.
Including, I think Sneezy has, what's the name of the little worm? From Fox and the Hound, I think.
Hearing me okay, Kyle?
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. Seems not.
Hello?
Hello? It's going to turn to a Verizon commercial real soon.
I can hear you, Kyle.
Oh, I can hear you
sorry,
too.
You can hear me, but
Yes.
I cannot hear you.
Correct. I'm just talking to nobody. I don't know.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh, man. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, folks.
It's par for the course.
So I got a couple more booths over here. The Bauer Markt over by the Germany Pavilion. You can get things like potato pancakes over here.
Ooh. I like potato pancakes.
Toasted pretzel bread and warm cheese strudel.
Ooh, with ham and onion? Sounds good.
And then there are more opportunities over here to purchase merchandise. So again, you don't necessarily need to wait in the long line at Connections or at Creations rather.
Yeah, I wonder if there's something special at Creations that people are waiting for that we didn't see at the other ones. But I don't know enough to know what that is.
I think that might be the only location that has pins.
Okay. I don't think pins are still relevant, but maybe.
Oh, you would be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, no, people still love their pins.
You can see how windy it is as we walk by
Yeah.
here.
Yep, I'm feeling it right now. It's actually kind of nice. It's been a long day, so a nice breeze is quite enjoyable as long as there's no rain. You get a Jamaican beef patty over here and a seasonal fruit parfait at the refreshment port.
Nice. Jamaican beef patties are good. We have a food truck in town called
I
Jamaican
am
Patty
going to
Company,
attempt
and they're
to get
delicious.
across this bridge before they close it off.
Well, you're already on it, so I think you made it.
I'm on it. Yep.
Oh, maybe
Just-
not. Oh no! Oh no!
Thank you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think we would have been ending the stream there because that would have been a good 10, 15-minute block.
Yeah. Seriously.
So they do have to like raise that bridge there to bring in some of the equipment for Luminous, the nighttime show.
I mean, still better than having the giant tacos in the bay all day.
These things have been in the bay since this morning, so I don't know. I thought they were supposed to bring them in the evening. Who knows?
Who knows? And yes, I did do the thing with the nose in reference to the Day of the Doctor.
Yes. I can't believe that's like 12 years old.
There's some bonsai.
Yeah, I got some small little plants right out here in front of the Nine Dragons restaurant in China. Nice little display, something a little extra to look at. Not the panda that they usually have out over here, though. But what they do have that obviously could not live without is Anna and Elsa right in front of
And
the
they're
doorway
slightly
there.
different look.
Yeah, so they're pretty much the same as before, but Elsa has a cape now.
Yeah. Big news.
She's got the cape.
All right, we are getting close. We're like a country and a half away from.
We are. And there's a huge line right now. The end of the line for Frozen Ever After is back here all the way, almost to the promenade.
Have you been on that since you went on the one in Tokyo? Or not
Yes,
Tokyo,
I
sorry,
think
Hong Kong?
Well, I've been on both, and the one in Tokyo is significantly different. The
That
one
too.
in Hong Kong is essentially the same ride.
Right. I'm just wondering if the Hong Kong version of the ride spoiled this one for you.
The animatronics for sure. Yeah, the animatronics on this one are very disappointing compared to the ones in Hong Kong and Tokyo. I love that they still have this guy over by the Anna and Elsa meet and greet. There's this wonderful troll.
That's what I imagine he sounds like. Oi!
Oi. Sounded a little more English than anything there, but
Yeah, well, I don't know how to do a Norwegian accent.
it's a 40-minute wait to meet Anna and Elsa.
And here we are in Old Mexico.
Yes, our final country on our Grand Circle Tour of the world. Got some people meeting with Donald Duck right now.
Who wouldn't?
Now, the Grand Fiesta Tour is still closed for refurbishment, so you don't have that to enjoy in here or to soak up crowds. But at least they added a sign that isn't just a black tarp covering up the usual sign.
Very nice.
believe that's supposed to reopen in around 10 days. I want to say like March 15th. Don't quote me on that. We do have an article on laughingplace.com that will tell you exactly when it will reopen.
Well, as we walk these last few feet to complete our loop, I do want to thank everyone for joining us for this. I don't know enough Donald Duck cartoons to say what is my favorite, unfortunately. I would have to do some research. But thank you, everyone, for watching. Be sure to follow laughingplace.com for even more coverage of the Flower and Garden Festival. We have several articles now up, as well as a live blog. So if you don't feel like going to Twitter, you can just go to laughingplace.com, and in the sidebar there, you'll see our live blog and see all of Luke's tweets all in one nice convenient place. And then we should be back for the morning show tomorrow morning. So be sure to subscribe, ring the bell so you know whenever we go live. And anything you wanted to mention, Luke?
No, I think might end up doing another loop after I have a coffee. I think I'll be having a coffee and then might do another loop. Check out a few more food items. We'll share on our Twitter. But other than that, I don't have too much. I'll point out the Joffrey's specialty drink at this booth, which is, I don't want to get too close because there's people right by it, but
That's
there's
okay.
The white chocolate mango latte.
And that's the one that you had, yeah.
It is the one that I tried, and it was better than I thought it would be. It wasn't too fruity.
Oh, my dog just woke up. She knew it was time.
She's like, it's been an hour, and I need you to show me some love.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.
All right, take care, folks.